Namaste students, myself Sunil Kumar from the Department of Computer Science. Today we are moving to the next session based on the chapter that you can see here, Introduction to C++. Already we discussed with the previous session or some sessions based on this chapter. Already we started with the C++ tokens. Already there are different types of tokens available. One is identifiers. Already we discussed about what is an identifier. Identifier means that is a name or is an element in a program. This is the smallest element in a program. So we are giving a particular name for that. We are giving the particular name for a programming element. When a programming element is means for that particular programming element we are providing some names. That is actually known as identifiers. After that we discussed the keywords. There are different keywords or reserved keywords or reserved words in a programming language that program can recognize. That is known as keywords. And after that we started with the constant. Also we discussed about the constant. There are different types of constants are available. Then after that we started with the punctuators. Also we discussed with the punctuators. Punctuator means different symbols used in a program language. And we just started with the operators. So what is an operator? Operator is a symbol used in a program. It's a symbol used in a program that the particular programming language recognizes. It's a symbol used in a program. It's an operator used in a program that the particular program recognizes, or programming language recognizes. That is actually known as different types of operators. So if you take the operators, there are different types are available. Then if you take the operator, there are different types, mainly three types of operators are available. One is unary operator, second one is binary operator, last one is ternary operator. Unary, binary and ternary. So unary operator, what is a unary operator also we know. What is a unary operator? Unary operator is an operator that operates on one operand. Unary operator is an operator that operates on one operand. That is known as unary operator. Then binary operator. Next one is binary operator. So if you take the binary operator, that particular binary operator will operate on two operands. Mainly we can take the two operands. Whenever two operands are there, that binary operator will work on the two operands. Then last one is ternary operator. That ternary operator will operate on two or more operands. We can also say three or more operands. Whenever three or more operands we are using for one operation, that is actually known as ternary operator. So these are the mainly three types of operator what we discussed in the previous session. So in this session we are going to discuss about details about that. The first one is unary operators. So what is unary operator? What I told, unary operator is an operator that operates on one operand. Meaning it operates on one operand. Whenever only one operand are there, the one operand is there. Upon that one operand, any operator we are using, that operators are known as unary operators. If you take unary operator, these are the different types of unary operator. The first one, this is actually known as not operation. We already discussed about this one. This is a punctuator. Punctuator already discussed based on this one. So that is actually used here as not operation. That is used mainly for not operation, logical. So already we discussed with or logical operation. Already we discussed about the data representation chapter. In that there are mainly three types of operations are there. One is AND operation, OR operation, then NOT operation. Mainly three types of operations are available in case of system. So logical operations. So in that, if you want to perform the NOT operation, if you want to perform the logical NOT, then we are using this symbol. Excellent remark. That symbol is mainly used to perform the logical NOT operation. So after that, next one AND symbol. Second one you can see here AND symbol. AND symbol is mainly used to perform the AND operation. It is also known as address of operator. Address of means if you want to find the address of particular variable. Whenever if you store any data in a system, whenever you are going to store the data in a system, so if you want to know what is the total, what is the address of the particular variable. If you want to know the address of particular variable, then we are using the address of. So I will write here how to find the address. AND symbol. AND symbol is used to find the address. AND symbol is used to find the address of the variable. For example, variable is A means if the variable is A, then if you want to find the address of A, address of A you can find AND A. This is the finding the address of variable. If you want to find the address of variable, then you can use AND A. So you can see this operator is operand. This operator and operand. Remember this operator is performing only with one operand. So it's only one operand is there. So this way, that's why it is known as unary operator. So AND address of. But ampersand or and. That symbol is used to find the, or it's used to reference, or if you want to display the address. If you want to find the address of the particular variable, then we are using the address of and ampersand. That also you can say that operator. The next one is negation operator. Is one wave mark symbol that is there. That symbol. So this symbol is there in the keyboard. We are using this one for find the ones complement. Already we studied what is a ones complement, two's complement in case of data representation. What is the ones complement? Whenever value is 1 means if you want to find the opposite of that one, 0 means, so that is for that purpose here is saying ones complement. Whenever input is 1, output will be 0. Whenever input is 0, then output will be 1. So it is same, almost same as a logical not. Logical not also same, it's also same. But here the value is going to change. Value is going to change. Whenever if you give the value as 0, whenever 0 is given means negation of 0 means that is 1. Negation of 0, negation symbol. That symbol is used to find the value or to find the ones complement. So what is the ones complement means? Whenever if you take in the ones complement, value will be 0 means ones complement is 1. Whenever value is 1 means ones complement is 0. So to find the opposite values, or that is actually known as ones complement. So whenever if you want to find the ones complement, then we are using this negation. After that, next symbol here is star symbol, star. Normally, we are saying it's a star. Mainly we are using this for multiplication. One use is multiplication. Other than multiplication, one more use is there. So I am not explaining about multiplication here. We use a pointer using it with the one operator. Whenever if you use this symbol along with one operator, so like this if you use star, A if you use, this is actually known as pointer. To define the different data. If you take a computer language, programming language, C++, there are different data types are there that we are going to discuss later. Next upcoming session, we are going to discuss about what is data types. So in case of data type, the one type data type is that is actually known as pointers. And whenever if you want to define the pointer, whenever if you want to define the pointer data type, then we are using star symbol. The star symbol is used to define the pointer data type, or if you declare the pointer data type, then star symbol is used. The next one is unary plus. Unary plus. So why unary plus is used? Unary plus is mainly used to represent the positive values, positive integers. For example, any variable value is positive values. If you take the values, positive values will be there, negative values will be there. So if you want to represent any values in the form of positive values, plus A, if you normally if you give plus A means that is positive value, positive value. Or whenever if you want to represent the value as negative, in some cases if you want to represent the value as a negative means you can give negative A. Negative A means that is to represent the negative values. Remember, positive values and also the negative values. That these are the two types of values you can represent. That is known as unary plus and unary minus. The next one is plus plus. Plus plus operator, that is mainly known as increment operator. Plus plus operator, that is known as the increment operator. So what is the increment operator? In case of increment operator, the value will be incremented by 1. The value is incremented by 1. That is actually known as increment operator. So normally you can use A plus plus. A plus plus means if the value of A is 10 now, for example, if the value of A is 10, like as in value A is equal to 10, or we can assign like this. So A is equal to 10. So whenever the value of A is 10, if we use A plus plus, then value of is incremented by 1, so it will be 11. Value is incremented, added by 1. So A plus plus, that is equal to A is equal to A plus 1. Normally if we use A plus plus, that is equals A equals A plus 1. For same variable, we are going to add one more value. For same variable, same data, we are going to add by 1. So that is actually known as increment operator. If you want to increment the values, or if you want to add the values by 1, whenever if you want to add the values by 1, then we are using the plus plus, or it is known as increment. Next one is minus minus. The minus minus is actually known as decrement. So if you want to reduce the values by 1 like that, if you use A is equal to 10, for example A is equal to 10, instead of A plus plus, if you use A minus the value will be decremented by 1 or will decrease by 1. So value will be 9. Instead of 11, the value will be 9. So this is known as increment and decrement. So increment means value is added by 1, and if you take decrement, that is value is going to decrease by 1 or decremented by 1. So that is known as increment and decrement. These are the different types of unary operator. Remember, these are the different types of unary operator. The first one is logical not. Logical not to perform the not operation. If you want to perform the logical not operations, then mainly we are using the logical not. The next one is address of AND operator. AND operator is mainly used to perform the address of, or to fetch the address, or you can say to display the address of particular variable. To display the address of the particular variable, then we are using AND symbol. The next one is negation symbol. The negation symbol is mainly used to perform the ones complement. It's used to perform the ones complement of the value. Whenever if you want to find the ones complement of the value, then we are using that one. Ones complement means whenever value is 0, ones complement of the 0 is 1. Ones complement of the 1 is 0. Like that, value is going to change. That is in case of ones complement or negation. Next one is a pointer symbol. The pointer symbol is mainly used to, or star symbol. Normal, we are saying star symbol. That star is used to represent the pointer data type. So next session we are going to study what is the data type. So at that I will explain what is the data type. Now just remember that one, that is used to define the pointer data type or to declare the pointer data type, and we are using the star symbol. The next one is a plus symbol and minus. The plus is known as unary plus, minus is known as unary minus. Unary plus means it is to display or recognize the sign of the particular value. If you want to specify the value or sign of the particular value, then we are using plus and minus. Plus means it is a positive values, minus means that is a negative values. If you want to represent the values like that, then we are using the unary plus and unary minus. Next one is plus plus and minus minus. That is known as increment and the decrement. Increment and the decrement, that already we discussed in the for loop. Already we started with the for construct. In that we are using the increment or decrement. So increment means values added by 1. Value is added by 1. If you are going to add the values by 1, then that is known as increment. Then decrement means value is decreased by 1. The same value is decreased by 1 or decremented by 1. That is known as increment, the decrement. These are the different types of unary operators. The next one is binary operator. Second type of operator is binary operator. If we take the binary operator, that binary operator is performing upon the two variables. So binary operator, I mentioned the definition here. Definition is wrote here. See the definition. What is the definition for binary operator? Binary operator is an operator that performs on two operands. Remember, binary operator is an operator that performs or that operates on two operands. That operates on two operands. That is actually known as binary operators. So if you take the binary operator, there are mainly these type of binary operators are there. There are different types of binary operators are there. One is arithmetic operator, logical operator, relational operator, bitwise operator, assignment operator, and also with the special operator. These are the different types of binary operators. So what is an operator? Binary operator. Binary operator is an operator that performs or that operates on two operands. That operates on the two operands. That is actually known as binary operators. So there are different types of binary operators. One is arithmetic, then second is logical operator, next relational operator, bitwise operator, assignment operator, and also with the special operator. So we are going to discuss one by one. The first we will see the arithmetic operator. Here we will move to the one more type, that is the binary operators. So what is the binary operator? The binary operator means that is an operator that operates on two operands. Mainly two operands are required to perform the operation in case of binary operator. If you take the unary operator, that unary operators will perform on only one operand. Unary operator will performs based on only one operand, that is known as unary operators. So here binary operator, in that first one I took here arithmetic operators. So what is arithmetic operator? To perform the arithmetic operations. If you want to perform the arithmetic operation, then we are using the arithmetic operator. The first one is plus. Arithmetic plus. Already this plus is there in case of unary operator. Unary plus also there, and also adds two operators. There are two operations are performed in case of plus operator. One is unary plus. Unary plus means that is to find the sign of the value, whether it is a positive or negative. For that purpose we are using the plus operator. So that is used along with only one operator. For example, if you use the plus along with a, that is known as unary operator. That is known as unary operator. But if you use a plus b, if you use a plus b, that is actually known as binary operator. Remember, that is the difference. So plus is also unary operator and is also binary operator. Remember, plus is used only with the one operand, then that is known as unary operator. Unary plus. Then when the same plus is used along with the two operands, or two operands if you use, then that is known as, it is mainly known as binary arithmetic operator. So what is the value? What is the use of plus operator? The plus operator that is used to add the two operands. Mainly if you want to find the sum of two operands, then we are using with the plus operator. So we will take the value here. A I will give as a 20 and B I will give as 10. A I will give as 20 and B I will give as a 10. Then A plus B, that will be 30 normally. So that is adds the two operands. When you are going to add two operands, then binary operator, arithmetic operator plus is used. The next one is minus. Minus subtracts second from first. It subtracts second from the second operand from the first operand. That is, for that purpose minus is used. Remember, minus is also unary operator. Minus is also unary operator. Whenever the minus is used along with only one operand, then that is unary operator. Whenever the minus is used along with the two operands, whenever the minus is used along with the two operands, then that is known as binary operator. So here, whenever if you use a minus along with the two operands, that is known as binary operator, arithmetic operator. So here, we subtract second operand from the first one. So I will use a minus b. Example a minus b. If you use a minus b, what is the value? It is subtracts second operand from the first one. So first value is 20, second value is 10. First value is 20 and second value is 10. So it subtracts second operand from the first one. So value is 20 minus 10. 20 minus 10, so answer will be 10. Answer will be 10. So that is in case of two operands or minus. The next one is star. Already we discussed the star is also a unary operator. Star is also a unary operator. Whenever it is present along with only one operand, that is actually known as pointer data type. That is known as pointer data type. Whenever the star symbol is used along with only one operand, then that is actually known as pointers. But if you use along with two operands, whenever the star symbol is used along with the two operands, then that is not multiplication operator. So that is known as multiplication operator. So I can use example like this: A star B. A star B means it is A and B will be multiplied. A and B will be multiplied. So that is the answer. So whenever if you use along with the two operands, then that is known as binary. Whenever if you use along with only one operand, that is known as unary operators. So here answer will be 200. 20 into multiplied by 10, that is the 200. The next one is divide. Division operator. Division operator. The division operator divides numerator by denominator. Whenever if you want to divide two values, if you want to divide two values, then we can use the division operator. That is mainly divides numerator by denominator. So you can take A by B. So what is the value of A? Value of A is 20, B is 10. So you can give the value as 2. 2 will be the answer. Quotient. When you want to say quotient, that is the answer here. When you going to divide the values, we will get the only quotient here. Quotient is in the integer format. No fraction part will not get here. So mainly we are getting the integer part. So that fraction also possible to get, but if you use integers, you get only integer. It is also possible to get the fraction separately. That is possibility is there. But normally, if you use a division, that if you stored in integers, you get only the integer part. So you will get 0.5 also possible to get. That is, I am not saying that is not possible to get. You will get the 0.5 also. 2.5, 3.5 is there, means that also possible to get. But if you store the value in which data type you are using to store, that is also important here. Whenever if you are going to C is equal to A by B, the data type of C is integer, that I am going to discuss later. Whenever data type of integer is C is integer means, so you will get only the real part, the fraction part you won't get, or decimal part only you get, won't get the fraction part. That is there in case of when you are going to do the division, that you have to remember. Next one is modular operator. What is a modular operator? The modular operator is mainly used to get the remainder. Whenever if you are going to use the reminders, then if you want to store the reminder, then we are using the modular operator. Modular. So you can use A modulus B. What is A modulus B? What is the value of A modulus B? Here it will be 0. So there is no reminder here. There is no reminder. So that reminder we are getting in case of modular operation. So for example, if you want to get the reminder 5 by 2, what is the 5 by 2? 5 by modulus 2, what is the answer normally? If you get the 5 by 2, 5 modulus 2, remainder here it will be 1. 1 is the remainder and remaining the quotient. So we have to separate, we have to take what is the quotient and remainder. Whenever in case of some programming, we have to save the reminders. So whenever if you want to remind, if you have reminder means, then we can use this method. 5 modulus 2 modular operator that mainly used to find the remainder. After getting the integer part, then what will be the remainder? That remainder we are getting. So it's a 2.5 normally. 2 is the quotient and 1 will be the remainder. So whenever if you want to store the remainder, then we are using the modular operator. So remember, these are the different types of arithmetic operators what we discussed. So what is a binary operator? Binary operator is operator that operates on 2 or more operands. Whenever 2 operands are mainly 2 operands. Whenever 2 operands are there means if you want to perform operation, that is known as binary operator. And the first one is arithmetic operator. In case of arithmetic operator, mainly plus, minus, multiplication, division and also the model. So remember, plus, minus and multiplication. These 3, that is also unary operators. That is 3 also unary operators. Plus means unary plus, unary minus and this is the pointer. But whenever if you use that only along with only one operand, remember that is whenever if you are using that one along with only one operand, that is known as unary operators. But here, in case of arithmetic operator, we are using that one along with the 2 operands. We are using that plus operation. The 2 operands means that is adding 2 values. That is used for adding 2 values. The next one is if you use minus. The minus is used along with the 2 operands means that second operand. We subtract second operand from the first operand, that is minus. Next multiplication, that is star symbol, that is used to multiply the values. Divide, division operator that divides numerator by the denominator. Then next one is modulus, that is for modular operations to save the value of the remainder. Whenever if you perform the operation, division operation, you will get the quotient and remainder. Then whenever if you want to store the remainder, then we are using the modular operations. These are the different types of arithmetic operators. So by here we reach the end of session today. In this session we mainly discussed about unary operator, different types of unary operator, and we started with the binary operator. In that binary operator, first we discuss with the arithmetic operators. So based on this one, I will give the worksheet. Work out the worksheet. Any doubt you can ask later. So by here I will wind up my today's session. Thank you.